Greetings, everybody, and welcome to this DVD review here on the Media Files. So this time we're going to discuss not just one movie, not two movies, but three movies. That's right. Today we're going to take a look at Robert Rodriguez's Mexico Trilogy. Yeah. So first off, I love the packaging on this, but it'd be so cool though if it was actually more embossed. It's all flat and everything. I used to have this set many years ago, and I was stupid way back in the day, and I just discarded this as trash. Yeah. Um, However, I learned, many years later on, oh, that actually looks cool on the shelf. Oh, okay. So now I finally have these films back in my collection. Um, So let's go through them, shall we? So, as you had seen earlier, all of these are in the slim packs here, which you can clearly see there. El Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico. So, this comes in your standard slim case there. So here we have the special edition of El Mariachi. Yeah. And it's great that it actually has artwork in here, which is awesome. And right there. So there you go. And there's Carlos Galadro, who plays the mariachi. Directed by Robert Rodriguez, his first film. Now, obviously the story behind this is that he made this movie for $7,000. And that basically, boosted his career big time. Now, there is a book called, what is the name of it? I cannot remember the name of it. I'm drawing a brain fart. Anyways, there's a book that he wrote out there, which is basically a diary written in book format, basically about him literally making this movie. And so it's really, really awesome. It's an awesome book, great read, and also loaded with features. Yeah, I can't forget about those features, can we? So the film runs at a brisk 81 minutes. And so here we have the director's commentary, a short film directed by Robert Rodriguez called Bedhead, which I believe is like an animated short. I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched it. And we have his 10-minute film school. Yeah, the first of many bonus features, many documentaries that he would do for his DVD releases. Basically about how he created this movie. Literally, and it's over and done. Actually, I think the actual thing itself is about 15 minutes, I think. Because there are certain versions out there on YouTube where it actually has like a news intro about it and stuff like that. So I don't think that's actually on there. But anyway, so he made that movie for, next to nothing. And so studios caught wind of it. They're like, hey, maybe you should kind of somewhat remake that movie for a bigger budget. Well, he kind of did, but he kind of also made it a sequel. And here we have Desperado, the special edition. Yeah, this movie is awesome. I mean, you can tell it's there's something about this film, I don't know what it is, but you can tell it's very early 90s, or mid-90s kind of. It has like this time capsule feel to it, where you kind of tell that the new wave of action movies is coming out from newer directors. And it's much more stylized than what you've seen, like, say, from Batman Returns and whatnot. So I love this artwork. So here you have Antonio Banderas, now starring as the Mariachi, or El, as he's basically known throughout the trilogy. And also starring Salma Hayek in her English film debut. So yeah, there you go. You can't beat that. But you also get co-starring Steve Buscemi, as well as Cheech Marin as the bartender, and Quentin Tarantino actually makes a small role in this movie, and it's absolutely hilarious. That's what happens. But the soundtrack is completely amazing, though. I mean, loads of great songs. You can tell Rodriguez kind of was inspired by Quentin to put some, pop, songs in his movie. Um, but just overall though, this movie is so good. Definitely not one for the kids. But so let's go through the bonus features for this film, shall we? So we have 10 more minutes with Robert Rodriguez, Anatomy of a Shootout, which is basically a documentary about him talking about the bar shootout sequence where Antonio Banderas walks in, says he's looking for work. There's no work here. I see, yes. But it's just a great sequence, and we also have the director's commentary, which is basically, a staple for basically almost any Robert Rodriguez movie. It also has this other cool thing on here, a free trial for Screen Blast Movie Studio, which is a free editing software. I don't know if that thing actually still exists or not, but if you're looking for basically a cheap video editing software to use, that's kind of what I first started off with when I started to edit stuff. And we also have the director and cast filmographies, which is basically, what you have all the time with older DVDs and whatnot. And so, yeah, it's a really great movie. And on top of that, let me see here. Yeah, I was right. So here we have, maybe kind of hard to tell there. Bad lighting. There we go. The three mariachis there. So there's the Antonio Banderas, and then the guy standing here right next to him there with the double guitar cases. That would be the mariachi from the original film. Him. So, movie did really well. So, Robert Rodriguez goes off and makes loads of other great movies, including the two Spy Kid films, The Faculty, and whatnot. And so when they were talking about films and stuff, Tarantino was asking Rodriguez, well, when are you going to do the third film? He's like, what do you mean third film? He's like, the third film of the Mariachi series. That should be your Dollars trilogy. And so lo and behold, this basically is Robert Rodriguez's Dollars trilogy. So here we have Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Yeah, with a much bigger budget this time around. Return of Antonio Banderas and Selma Hayek, but this time we get Johnny Depp added into the mix. Yeah, such a great movie. And what's awesome about this is that, so here we have more great artwork and whatnot. So with this particular slim case edition, this version of the film is literally the exact same as the original DVD release. There's been no changes at all, because the original DVD release, this cover actually was a big old slipcase, and the insert had like a big giant cross on it. So basically this time around you can tell it's much more epic and whatnot. And and not only that, this thing is butt loaded with extras. I mean, top to the notch and whatnot. First of all, we have Robert Rodriguez's audio commentary. We have another 10-minute flick school. Yeah, a 10-minute documentary about him making this movie. We also have a really cool documentary entitled Inside Troublemaker Studios, where basically it's a short documentary about Robert Rodriguez's in-house studio, Troublemaker Digital, where he basically does it at his house, which is actually pretty cool, because his garage is his own edit suite and all that stuff, which is pretty cool. And also we have some deleted scenes, and we have the first ever 10-minute cooking school. Yeah, I wish he would do more of these things. These things are awesome. Basically what it is that there is a meal that Johnny Depp's character loves, which is called Porco Pabilo. And so literally it's a 10-minute cooking school on how Robert makes the dish. So you can literally make it yourself. I myself have personally not tried it because I I'm a bit lazy, and it sounds like a lot of hard work. But it looks so good, though, afterwards when you see it. So then we also have The Anti-Hero's Journey. Film is Dead, An Evening with Robert Rodriguez, which is basically like a Q&A session where he basically talks about how basically shooting things on film is basically kind of gone thanks to the realm of digital cinema and the way you can do things digitally now on a computer, soundboard, everything, and whatnot. I'm not sure I necessarily really agree with that, but basically it's very early on in the world of digital cinema, and basically you can kind of see where things are slowly starting to progress over time to kind of where they are now. And then we also have, finally, The Good, the Bad, and the Bloody inside K&B Effects. Yeah, all the interesting little digital effects and visual effects that are actually done on screen by by Howard Berginger and Robert Kurtzman. Yeah, Kirkman, or the three visual effects guys that are known for doing a lot of great, horror related titles and visual effects, makeup, and all that stuff. So yeah, quite a plethora load of extras and whatnot. Not bad at all. Such a great series of films, though. If you actually get your hands on them, do it. Get it. One thing I should actually mention that I did not actually mention way beforehand, which I probably should have, El Mariachi. Okay. This film, real quick, it is not in English. It is actually all in Spanish. Yeah, there is no English dub on here because the film itself was made for a Mexican action market at the time, and so So basically, that's the only one that's in Spanish. The other two are actually in English, but there are Spanish dubs and whatnot, and subtitles and what have you. But if you don't mind, watching that in the original language. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm yawning. Anyways, such a great series of films. If you don't mind watching El Mariachi in a different language, well, hey, you know what? Welcome to the world of what I'd like to call world cinema. So basically, no matter what you watch, what language it is, what language it originally was in, what have you, just enjoy the film in general. So yeah, this completes this look here at this awesome trilogy of films. I'll leave a link down in the description below for those of you that would like to purchase on Amazon, what have you. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I'd like to thank everybody that's been subscribing to the channel. That's really helping me out to get more motivated to get more content out to you guys. If there's anything you'd like me to review or whatever, leave a comment down below. I may have it, I may not. If I don't have it, I can't review it. So with that, I'll see you later.